Hello, my darlings. Today, we're going to be looking at something that, well, I've been meaning to check out for a while, my darlings. You see, for everybody who doesn't know, or is not informed, I have a guilty pleasure. Well, that I have a love-hate relationship with, if I'm going to be completely honest with you, my darlings. Dead by Daylight. I love Dead by Daylight. I hate Dead by Daylight. It depends on how, if I'm winning or not, okay? I'm a really sore loser. I just can't help myself. I'm a great winner, but I'm a sore loser. But today we're going to be checking out a concept design for a killer in Dead by Daylight by an account called Rareth Links. I hope I got that right. And it's for Slenderman. Oh my goodness, why is Slenderman not in the game already? Seriously though, my darlings, who do we got to call to make this thing happen? I would love to be Slendy. I think it'd be a lot of fun. But anyways, we're going to check this out and see what Rareth Links would have in mind for a concept for this killer for Dead by Daylight. Let's go. Ooh, Dead by Daylight Community Concept Team.
Welcome to Dead by Daylight. Let me share with you a story like many others have before at this very campfire.
Oh, do share.
Sharing stories of home brings out the belief of urban legends, stories, and the darker secrets of communities. With those myths, something came forth.
Really?
A shared fear of something awful.
There he is!
Your new map is Oakside Park.
Wow.
This
I
park
like it
was
already.
famous for its connections to disappearances and its haunting atmosphere. Long since abandoned, it's nothing more than a memory of a nightmare shared by countless communities and connected tragedies. The new killer is the Slenderman.
Look at him!
Brought forth by survivors, their shared tall tales and legends had a connection, one strong enough to manifest itself naturally by growing in the shadow of the entity.
Oh, I like that.
Uninvited.
Uninvited.
They didn't believe it, and thought the story was safe enough to share here, of all places.
Ha, no.
After all, myths aren't real. A figure with arms long and outstretching, with tendrils extending from its back, and a pale face devoid of features had formed in the fog itself.
Don't
an
look at
enigma
me
to
like
both
that. You're
survivors
giving me
and the
anxiety.
entity, the frightening presence.
Wow.
The Slenderman's power is awful paranoia.
Ooh, that fits him
being
so well, my
Forged from the
darlings.
collective fears and stories of the past, it preys and warps their perception to uncomfortable degrees,
Well, that's
leaving
the
them
whole
to
point of him,
abandon
isn't it?
familiar comforts, while unaware just how close they were to the figure beyond the tree line.
I love him so far. Look at him go!
Slenderman distorts the expectation of survivors by its very presence, evicting generators from the trial entirely. In their place, supernaturally bound pages will appear in the trial
Did you
throughout
see
the
that?
locale. It is up to the survivors to find and claim
That's like the doctor's
these pages
disappearing
before the Slenderman
pellets.
does. For each page claimed by anyone, killer or survivor, he grows in power. The more pages
That's great.
collected, the more survivors are exposed to the truth of what they have brought into this reality.
Bill, no!
Up to 3 pages can appear in the trial at a time, and any time a page is claimed by either the Slenderman or survivors, a new page will appear elsewhere
I love that.
after
A
a
new
short
game
period of time.
mechanic.
Pages can be claimed instantly by the Slenderman, but survivors take significantly longer to claim a page.
Well, obviously, it's
forcing
not their
them to be
pages, my
wary
darlings.
as they attempt to take the object before their foe would contest them.
Run!
As the trial goes on, the Slenderman's influence spreads like a sickness. Once
Does it?
8 pages in total are claimed by survivors, the exit gates become powered. But the Slenderman is at his strongest once 8 pages are collected by himself or by survivors. Pages claimed by the Slenderman do not count towards the survivor's progression, but will still advance his capabilities.
Run!
At 3 pages collected, survivors within a short distance of a page suffer from the unnerved status effect. Unnerved survivors are unable to see beyond a short distance of themselves.
There's a perk
Their
like
vision
that.
shrouded and their own heartbeats pounding in their ears,
I forget,
obscuring
like,
the
which
senses
killer had
while
it.
fear settles into their mind. At 5 pages, whenever a survivor becomes unnerved, they are highlighted by killer instinct for a few
There he
seconds,
goes.
revealing their position and allowing the Slenderman to seek out
Run!
his victim with ease. Finally, at 8 pages, every survivor becomes unnerved permanently, letting paranoia set in, and the feeling of being watched from afar terrifyingly real.
Ah!
This is not the end, however, for unnerved survivors are prey to the manipulation of the Slenderman. By pressing and holding the power button, all unnerved survivors are highlighted with killer instinct for several seconds.
Oh boy.
By looking in the direction of a survivor still revealed this way, the Slenderman can activate a rival.
I don't know, that may be
Activating
too
a
powerful.
rival causes Slenderman to teleport to the closest edge of the targeted survivor's unnerved vision,
Oh my goodness.
just barely within sight to begin spreading your terror.
That's reminiscent of
Successfully
Onryo,
teleporting
right?
with a rival will deplete the power gauge completely.
No, the
and
spirit.
has a long
One of
period
them.
of time before it is usable again.
Ah!
The Slenderman comes with 3 new perks.
Ooh, what are they? What are they? Give it to me.
Diversify your selection of prey with lasting impression.
Ooh.
After hitting 4 unique survivors with a basic attack, this perk reveals the auras of
He's
all
right there.
survivors in the trial for a short time. After the auras are revealed, this perk resets, allowing additional uses to spread fear through one or many communities. Tarnish their sense of security and safety with invasive silence.
Ooh, what is this one
Whenever a
about?
totem is cleansed or blessed by a survivor, that survivor suffers from the deafened status effect for a period of time, inviting in
Deafened.
darker forces to pursue them. If that totem was a hex, the survivor becomes the obsession and shares the same burden of silence with all other survivors, pulling everyone into a state of anxiety.
Uh-oh.
Your legend will spread like a great fire and fester within every word spoken by your victims through hex, word of mouth.
Word of mouth. That
By
suits him so
spilling the blood of a
perfectly.
survivor, it inhabits the nearest dull totem with a hex. While this hex stands, any survivor that attempts to interact with it will be cursed by it for a period of time, suffering a penalty to repair, healing, and cleansing speeds.
Wow.
During this time, the totem is blocked by the entity,
Look
and
at
when
that.
the duration ends, the totem is unblocked, returning to
I'd
its
probably be
dull
using
state.
that all the time.
Every myth has some truth to it, no matter how quiet of a whisper it starts as. Be careful what stories you tell, or it may return to you in a terrifying form.
That's
Avert your
true.
eyes, or succumb to terror with the Slender Chapter concept for Dead by Daylight.
I love it! I love that! Oh, look, my darlings, here's the menu! Ooh. Yeah! My darlings, he is glorious. Mwah! Chef's kissed his mighty feek. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Yabai! Yabai! Oh, that means good in Japanese. I've been practicing my Japanese, my darlings. Wow! Is all I can say in English. Wow! I love him. And I love his concept. And I love his perks. Although I think he might be just an itsy-bitsy bit too powerful, my darlings. I think that he would wash all the survivors out. But then again, do I really have a right to complain when we have Chucky and the Unknown? Those guys are way overpowered lately. I know they're trying to, like, settle things, my darlings. Like, okay, the survivors got way too experienced and way too good and way too powerful. They got way too many goodies as of late, so they're trying to make more powerful killers to, you know, like, weigh out the scale and everything, to balance out everything. I'm trying to say, to balance out the scale. But the thing is, I dare say Slenderman would be the most powerful thing they ever created if they allowed this concept, and it's just a concept, mind you, into Dead by Daylight. You know, he could use a little bit of depowering, honestly. Just a little bit. His page concept would eat up a lot of time, but I'm just saying, my darlings, as a whole, I love this. I love this. It's perfect. And come on, my darlings, let's be real. Who doesn't want to be that? Who doesn't want to play that in Dead by Daylight? I would love it. Oh my goodness. His vantage point would be, okay, he'd be way high up too. I mean, I've noticed that killers who play that are shorter versus taller, you know, like you can only see so much if you're short, like Chucky or Tiffany. But if you're tall like this, you'll be able to see like a wide like range. You'll be able to see so much more. Although at the same time, that could be a double-edged sword. Maybe people could find other places to hide that he could not see. You know, because if you're looking at something from an angle downward, maybe it would make certain like angles more difficult to see. And that's something survivors would have to get used to concerning this particular killer, my darlings. Oh my goodness, so, but I love it. I love how the concept team for this, you know, like they actually took into consideration what makes Slenderman so powerful. All right, if the group consciousness had not adopted Slenderman as the local boogeyman of the 21st century, he would have just been a footnote in a competition somewhere made by this guy. But yes, my darlings, I'm just saying, they took full advantage of the understanding the Slenderman is a localized, adopted boogeyman / legend of this time period. Just like werewolves, just like vampires of old. He has been adopted as a de facto monster hiding under our beds. Or knocking at our door, at our windows, you know, wherever he wants to appear, and he's going to get you. That's something we can all agree on, my darlings. And our thoughts being with him made him more powerful. Now he's known, like, mostly worldwide. It started out as just a photo competition, but look how powerful he's gotten just because some of us believed in him. Or we think of him from time to time. And if the modern day survivors shared with the older survivors, you know, the ones who were there from different time periods, like Victorio, for example, like the legend of the Slender Man, he would gain more power in this realm. Ooh, just think about it. Would it be like the Hell Priest? You know, Pinhead? Would it be like how he just ended up in this realm, you know, summoned by all the people that, you know, like he could give the box to, and he just kind of like ended up here and he decided it was advantageous to him? I heard someone say that one time, that the reason why he hasn't like left because he's supposedly more powerful than the entity is because he's just having so much fun here. It's just useful for him to be here, to stay here, because there's so many, well, let's say he's got a captive audience. That's the best way I could put it, my darlings. What if Slenderman manifested into this universe because everybody shared the legend about him, everybody was thinking about him one night, and he appeared here, and then he decided not to leave because it was just too doggone advantageous for him not to stay. Okay, it was too good of a deal. You know, they made him a deal he couldn't refuse and all that jazz, so he just stuck around, lingering in the shadows. Ooh. But what do you think about it, my darlings? Do you think he should be in Dead by Daylight? What would you change about his perks? Do you think he would be too powerful in this concept, or do you think he'd be too weak? What do you think, my darlings? Put it down in the comments below. Until next time, never forget, my darlings, I love you, and I'll see you later. Bye. Also, if you could like and subscribe, that would be great. And please do it soon, because I'm worried that guy is now going to eat me in my sleep. Please send help.